Yeah.
Allure.
And this, I really don't know how to like segue into this. I mean, I want this to be kind of not that serious, but I also kind of want it to be like we're gonna talk about something, very basic level of that. So I thought of this idea when you fifth asked me about those like copies of Pokemon that I have, like the Game Boy ones.
Yes.
And it's Jesus, it just makes me think like more and more and more like people. I feel like people are getting priced out of video games, you know, and you combine that with like how free to play really isn't free to play, and I'm not talking about like mobile games, and you just have like I don't know, you got people spending absorbent amounts of money on garbage, in my opinion, or overpaying for things that are purely driven by nostalgia,
Yeah.
Or get advertised one thing and sold another.
Or potentially GTA 6 being $100.
Oh, we'll talk about GTA 6. That is
A rabbit hole.
That's a rabbit hole. I just found out literally, was it last night or this morning? I don't remember. That apparently they're not even going to release it on PC.
They're not releasing GTA 6 on PC.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta pay an extra $100.
Yeah, no. So if I recall correctly, the article will be pulled up. Apparently, the devs at Rockstar think that PC gamers are too cheap to buy Rockstar's game, their GTA 6. That's how much
they literally were just cutting off the entirety of like the GTA RP community at that point.
Oh man.
That's a big community too, for some fucking reason. But
yeah. I know.
Wow.
I know it's a big community. I had a friend who he used to play it all the time. I don't know if he still does or not, but I don't know, dude. $100 for like, and that's just a base game. The only GTA game, let me preface, that I've ever played is GTA 4, and
the only one I've ever finished, to be fair.
Oh, I didn't even come close to finishing it. I don't like open world games at all. And to me, there's no way you can sell just a plain open world story with like, oh, drive here to mission A, drive here to mission B, and like side quests for that much. I mean, hell, it's not even probably going to be worth $70 at that point.
And I mean, a lot of people put a lot of hours into GTA 5, but I mean, that game's lasted way too freaking long, if I'm being honest with you.
They're beating a dead horse with it. They're just milking people.
That game came out in 2012, as far as I'm aware.
2013, actually.
2013? Okay, I was wrong. My bad. I'm not a GTA fan, if you couldn't tell. But
no, you're good. No,
I own GTA 4 and GTA 5, but
bring back Vice City.
Only ever played 4.
Which one's Vice City?
The older ones.
Like Miami. Yeah, it's one of the older ones.
That one's really good.
Which one's the one with Big Smoke?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, the Big Mac scene is like no, I was about saying the bowling, but that's GTA 4. Oh man, I'm slowly losing my gamer card.
You had a gamer card?
Yeah, I mean, if you consider the fact that like I'm one of the very few people that thinks Halo can be turned around.
If they got devs that cared, yes.
But, I think your hope is misplaced.
But getting back on topic about this slightly, I mean, dude, I don't know. Like I personally don't think that games, like modern games, they're trying to start charging $70. Not Breath of the Wild. Tears of the King.
They started doing that a while ago. They started that with Breath of the Wild.
No, Breath of the Wild was still $60.
No, it was 70 when it launched.
No, it was $60.
Or was that Tears? I don't remember.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, the recent one. I was just about to mention that.
Okay.
Yeah. The fact that they charge $70, not because of what's even in that game. Let's step away from that. But on Switch hardware, just blows my mind the fact that somebody paid that much. Well, a lot of people paid that much. I mean, people were super excited for what is it? Zelda Nuts and Bolts. If you get that reference, I'm sorry. But
I don't get that reference.
I don't know. One of the the reason why that's a reference or that reference exists is do you know what Banjo Kazooie is?
Yeah, I do.
So when Rare was sold to Microsoft, they made a Banjo Kazooie game for the 360 called Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, and they went from making like a open world platforming game to a open world car building game. Where
Sounds like a great business venture.
and you literally would just drive around in open just nothingness with like vehicles that you could create very similarly to Tears of the Kingdom. I keep wanting to call it Breath of the Wild because God, I hate both those games. But they're so similar. They really
there
are.
goes the Nintendo fans.
Oh no, there go the Nintendo fans. Even though I'm like a huge Nintendo fan, I have a 2DS right here on my desk. No, but the thing is like when I grew up in like and going through like high school and middle school, you don't really have any money to spend on games. And the way I got around that was I really never bought new games or like games that were new. I think the last brand new game I remember buying back then was Halo Reach, and I got 4 or 5 years out of that game where I played like nothing but that game. Other than that, I mean, I would always just go around, and this is back in the day when you could go to like Goodwill and they actually had a robust gaming section, you know?
You mean like the big like DVD pile with like video games mixed in?
Yeah, they'd have like video games mixed in. I think the best thing I ever found was a copy of Advanced Wars Dual Strike for the DS. And I still remember that. I can't believe I got rid of that game.
I don't think I ever had that. My best ever pickup at I think at a Goodwill was Halo. It was the original copy of Halo 2.
That's not bad. I picked up my copy of Halo 3 at a pawn shop for like $10 when it probably about a month after it came out. I think they marked it down that way because it was in a different colored case. I'm pretty sure I got it for $10 and it was still relatively new. I don't think because ODST hadn't come out yet at that point.
Yeah.
And I mean, hell, I remember back when ODST came out, people were complaining that game was not worth the. I think they were trying to charge 60, right, for that.
I was like 60 back then.
It
Yeah,
was 60. Yeah.
like people
But
were.
It was just a new campaign with the same multiplayer as Halo 3.
Yeah, it was the same campaign, firefight, and just the map, like all the maps for multiplayer for Halo 3. People didn't want to pay that, but now
Yeah, but back then you're paying $60 for the actual game, not the permission to play the game.
that is true.
Very different times.
That
Games
is
were a lot
very
more
true.
valuable back then, in my opinion, because nowadays you're just paying for a digital code to unlock access.
And if
to
the
game.
dev wants to take it away, they can.
Yeah, which is a very different landscape that we're living in now.
I mean, why do you think everyone just does fucking subscription models now? You know?
I mean, I don't like it. Subscription models are arguably worse.
No, I 100% agree with you. I hate the fact that we are at a point where some people find it more valuable to just go and sign up for Game Pass because they don't want to spend money on games anymore. But can you really blame them too? We're sitting here bashing on people for not wanting to pay $60 for games, but let's be real, 90% of the games aren't worth the money that these developers are asking for.
Yeah, because what you're getting for
Yeah.
that $60 is a digital copy for a permission to play the game. The multiplayer is already free. You're paying $60 to play the campaign.
And
And then on top of that, you have to pay to win in multiplayer.
you can sit here and make a pay to win argument all day, you know, the fact that
Yeah,
like
no.
Yeah, in a lot of games, to be fair.
I mean, you can look at that, or you can look at modern Call of Duty and just basically see that that game at this point is literally nothing but
It's a shell of what it once was.
that has.
No, when if they started cranking out a game once a year, it's like, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
they've been doing that for a while, but I mean, you haven't seen the current store pages for the new Call of Duties, have you?
No.
I don't need to.
It's like, uh-huh.
My bad.
Uh-huh.
An
Listen.
ad popped up.
Uh-huh. What kind of ad break are we taking now?
Just talking about, speaking of advertisements in video games, how about we talk about how shitty the advertisements for buying like skins and shit are in like free to play games, man. They're pretty bad, right, guys?
Free to play games would like fucking, like I said, like Call of Duty, Halo, like dude,
It's just you're literally playing an advertisement. You're not even playing a video game at that point.
And you're not only are you not playing a video game, but any time, okay, one of the things that pisses me off is any time that there is some level of horrendous bug in the game, if it affects the store and like the ability of for someone to spend money, or if people are getting too much currency, it's fixed immediately. But there are like game breaking glitches. I'm looking at you, Destiny 2, where I sunk over 1,000 hours of my life. There are still
sunk over 10 years of my life into that game.
There are still glitches in that game that have never been patched and will never be patched because it's not a priority. And
it's all about bottom line.
Yeah.
Profit margins.
Yay.
I mean, that's what happens when things get mainstream. They get turned into just money pits at that point. It's all about going and making them. It's not about making a crap load of money. It's about making
a shitload
all
of money.
The money.
Yeah.
Getting it's about attracting that quote unquote broader audience that doesn't exist and making them pay out the ass for a skin of, I don't know, Shia LaBeouf. I don't think he's ever been in a. I almost said that.
I don't think he ever will, but that's fine.
I mean, it's the same thing. You can throw parallels at almost everything, fast food, everything like that. So what do people do? At least people that have been playing games for a while, they are like, you know what? I'm absolutely done with modern gaming. I want to go play retro stuff. And Jesus freaking Christ, the prices of things have gotten out of control. The
reason why they've gotten out of control is they put the prices on price tags on and people pay for it.
Yeah, I mean that's at the end of the day the real problem. You have stupid consumers, people that do nothing but consume media, consume content, and they don't. I mean, that's one of the things here. Like I've been tired of just sitting around and just consuming content for so long, And if you want any kind of change, even though it doesn't,
make your own content.
Yeah, make your own content. You gotta stick to your morals and things like that. I mean, I can't sit here and tell you not to spend money in these games because, well, you
do it.
You actively do it all the time.
Actively do it.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Exactly. Because the little.
We talk about your favorite genre of video games.
My favorite genre of video game, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, 24/7.
Yeah, gotcha games. Yeah, gotcha games.
What about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 24/7?
Yeah, well, that's just your distraction from the gotcha games that you're cripplingly addicted to.
I think you've played more gotcha games today, Cool Shirt, than I have today.
I've only played one, so
that's it.
You're trying to look up the skirt, you perv.
Wow.
Oh, you're one of those gotcha players.
Oh wow!
I mean, I'd sit here and say, I'd start saying,
Isn't that what every gotcha player does, though? Let's get real here.
I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Yeah, that's because I mean that's what you say on camera.
Am I the only normal person here?
No,
you're not.
You're probably
Not playing a gotcha.
You're probably the least normal person.
Am
here.
I the loser here?
Yes.
You would be the loser, yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, peasant.
Nah,
Listen,
I'm good.
Don't make me say it.
I'm gonna say the gamer word if you don't calm down. No.
Wait.
God, you're gonna make me hawk up a lung. No, but I mean, gotcha games are. No, Jesus, gotcha games are part of the problem. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, they're the reason why a lot of these Western companies have put all of these microtransactions and everything in these games is because they want Genshin Impact money, but they don't realize that if you get Genshin Impact money, you get Genshin Impact players, and ain't nobody want that.
I was gonna say,
I don't think a fan base can be as bad as War Thunders.
No. Don't you ever compare. Yeah. Oh shit! Something just fell. Don't you ever compare War Thunder or any fan base to the level of absolutely horrid shit I've seen come out of the Genshin Impact community.
I don't know what's up with all the low standards over there. I look at the content that Genshin Impact pumps out. It looks like utter dog shit. I don't understand how people still play that game.
I mean, I don't understand how you can...
They give them like pennies on the like little schlops every 3 weeks or whatever for content, and it's just like, and they all just praise the game all over the internet, and it's just like, this game looks like shit.
Okay, but to be honest, every fan base has people like that. Like at this point,
yeah, but like it's just insane.
Except Concord, but
Concord just never had fans to begin with. Anyone who says they're a fan on Reddit is a liar. I don't care. I don't believe you at all.
I'll never believe that Concord fans exist.
Yeah, all like, what, 200 people that ever tried the game? Oh, those poor souls.
I mean, there are probably some people that actively tried it, you know, out of their own free will.
Those poor people.
Okay, I have a question.
And then Marvel Rivals came out and is like 10 times better.
For now, we'll see how it shapes
out. Yeah, that's
out.
fair. That's a fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's been good so far. I just haven't really had a lot of desire to play it. Just I'm not really that interested in multiplayer games right now.
I've never liked
the little bit I've played of it is a lot of fun.
I never liked the hero shooter genre. I'm going to be honest with you.
Not even Overwatch?
Well, I enjoyed Overwatch a little bit. And
I mean, Overwatch is a shell of what it once was now, but, you know.
Yeah, Overwatch used to be the Genshin Impact community before the Genshin Impact community existed. But the...
I don't know about that.
We all know the joke about what's keeping Overwatch alive.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Petos.
Man, and now the good people, the one person that's listened this far isn't going to get to know that because I just had to cut all of that.
I can't say pedos.
And that too.
God.
Use your imagination, one guy still watching. But continuing on, Overwatch was fun for a while, and then I kind of got bored of it purely because of the community, but not, that part of the community. More along the lines of a mixture between the devs wanting to make the game into an esport, and you'd either get two types of people in the games towards the end of Overwatch 1's lifestyle span. You'd have people who want to replicate the pros completely without, leaving any flexibility and not adapting to situations, or people who just do not give a care in the world and are either actively trying to tank you and their MMR or whatever, and then just make the game not fun. It got so bad, at least for me, that
I'm gonna be real. The reason why I quit the game was when they added roll queue.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, the reason why I will never go back is because Overwatch 2 is one of the most disgusting cash grabs I think I've ever seen in gaming. On top of the fact that the player base was like misses
Remember
loot
when they
boxes.
promised us a PvE mode? Man, I remember that. Wow.
No, they promised an actual campaign. That's what Overwatch 2 was
Yeah.
promised on, was an actual story-based campaign that was going to be updated as you went
Have
along.
they done any of those like really high quality animations for Overwatch in the last like 5 years?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I've played a little bit of Overwatch too, but
we don't.
I like it. It was
We
aggressively mediocre is the best way to describe that game.
We don't have anyone behind the scenes to go and be like, hey, can you check this for us? So Google it yourself. It's the best way I can tell anyone that's watching. At least for
How
that
about you
one.
just put it up on? How about you just like Google it before you upload this video?
Yeah, do your job.
No.
Yeah, do your job.
This is professional time wasters, not, hey.
Yeah, we're gonna waste their time by looking at Overwatch cinematics.
Better than watching
Obviously.
other things involving Overwatch. Hey, some of those old Overwatch cinematics were pretty good.
Yeah, that's why I was talking about them. They were a big selling point for the game when it first came out, in Overwatch 1 at least.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I brought it up. That was the reason why I started playing the game, was because of the cinematics, because our friend Butter was the one who showed me all that shit.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but then again, that game was what, like $40 on release? I'm pretty sure.
It was or
was it 60?
I think it was $40. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, base Overwatch was $40, you're right.
Yeah, $40. And I think
it was 60 on consoles, 40 on PC.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. It might have been 60 at release, and later on it was 40.
And I don't know what season they're on, but I do know that they charge like $10 to $20 depending on what level of battle pass you want to buy nowadays. So, and I don't know how many they run per year, but if Destiny 2's taught me anything, is they will throttle your XP probably if they don't cap how much you can earn. This I will look up and put on the screen. And if they do this or if they don't do that, you'll see.
Yeah, does anybody still play Destiny 2? Leave that down in the comments, because as far as I'm aware, the game's dead.
A couple
Just
of
like my soul.
A couple of my friends play it. I was hanging out with a friend before I crashed and took a nap before this episode. And they were streaming some Destiny 2 on their Discord. So I was like, oh, the game looks exactly the same.
It lives.
Like, it's genuinely surprising. But I mean, I'm just genuinely surprised that like that's the only company that's been caught or even did Bungie, of course, that even throttled XP for like those passes and things like that. I'm surprised a lot more don't do it. But then again, I also wouldn't be surprised if they got caught doing it. You know? Especially Ubisoft.
No, just nobody wants to buy their games anymore. That's kind of been an obvious sales trend based on Star Wars Outlaws, and I mean the overall like was it Skull and Bones, X Defiant? What was the other game? There was a Prince of Persia game I think that launched that didn't really get much success either. It was I heard it wasn't even that bad. It was just it was a Ubisoft game, so it just kind of got lumped in with all the other dog shit.
Isn't Ubisoft like going into gutter now?
Yeah, I think they're getting they're trying to be sold out to Tencent at the moment.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. The last Ubisoft game that I purchased was Rayman Legends back on the Xbox One. I didn't even pay full price for that. I think I found it at a discount bin for $20.
As far as I remember, that was a pretty good game.
It is a really good game. I love that game.
I think the last Ubisoft game I bought was Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Star Wars Odysseys, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
The last one I purchased was For Honor on PC.
Ew. And that game free to play now?
No.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Wait,
I don't know what
even.
game you're thinking of.
I
For Honor is the medieval
No,
PvP game.
I know what you're talking about, but I think I spent $199 on Rainbow Six Siege.
You poor soul. You spent money on Siege.
Yeah, this was like before it went free to play with another friend of ours.
Is it free to play right now? I didn't even know it was free to play.
It might. I don't know. It might be. It might not be. I don't know. Dude,
I paid $60 for that dog shit.
Oh my god. I only like the old Rainbow Six Siege games because of the terrorist hunt mode.
Yeah, I quit like a long time ago.
And
my main was Blackbeard, and he was somewhat relevant at that time, so I don't really know exactly what the game state looks like right now, but as far as I'm aware, I have no desire to go back.
You want to take a guess who my main was?
IQ.
No.
Ash.
That's implying I had one.
No,
Your second guess was right.
I knew it was.
Proving I don't have an IQ level.
I knew that it was one of the women characters. I don't know.
Hey, you gotta support them.
I literally played IQ for one reason and one reason only. And it's not a thirst trap reason, but it's because...
Yeah, because you're a Coomer?
No. It's purely because I think that was the only character that could use one of my favorite firearms ever made. The AUG.
Oh my god, really?
Dude,
that was your reason?
Yeah, I really like the AUG.
Gotcha.
I know.
The AUG?
I thought you should use. I thought you could use the AUG on the fucking recruit.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Man, I miss the good old days of fucking Siege where you had the cancerous matches of just like 6 recruits all running in with shotguns.
Yeah, that's what I used when I played recruit.
That was beautiful. Those were the days.
I mean,
I don't think any modern Siege players probably remember that because it's been that fucking long.
God knows.
God rest their souls.
I don't know. I mean, I sit here, I look at the landscape of gaming, I look and see people who complain anytime a game is full price and it actually deserves it, or has the gall to release like fairly priced DLC that actually has content in it that's worth paying for. And
or just doesn't even have in-game purchasing or in-game microtransactions and things like that.
Yeah, I just long.
I respect games that don't have microtransactions because, like, if you give me a game that's just an unadulterated just experience, I will enjoy that far more than I will anything that just has like, hey, come play our game, and here's all this whole new digital storefront. Like the whole point of like Destiny 2 is get into our ecosystem so we can sell you shit in our digital storefront.
I don't think that's just Destiny 2 nowadays. I mean,
no, but there's multiple games like that. That's just that's only the one I've played the most. That's why I'm referring to it.
I'd argue that the biggest, I wouldn't even say culprit, but the biggest like perpetrator of that and the one that really started it is Fortnite.
I don't think they started it. I would disagree. I don't think they're the ones who started that. I think EA is really the one who started that bullshit.
Well, no, they made it popular. Like everyone's trying to copy Fortnite.
No, EA got away with it for so many years in like their sports games and shit, and every other game started copying it. And not even just their sports shit. You had like Star Wars Battlefront 2, you had Battlefield, and all these other games as well with a lot of the loot boxes and shit. I mean, that was all coming off of like even what Blizzard was doing with like loot boxes and Overwatch as well. And it became a market trend that just kind of destroyed gaming.
I mean, yeah, it destroyed gaming. I agree with you, but goddamn, when the current like set monetization scheme makes you long for loot boxes, I think you messed up somewhere. I don't long for loot
boxes at all.
I mean,
there's a way to be better than both systems, in my opinion. Just release a video game that is just a video game.
Halo Reach.
There you go. I mean, that also had downloadable content, though. But I mean, I don't put that to its faults. I think map content is good.
The map packs.
But I don't think it needed to be. I don't think it needed to be paid for, though. Just my opinion, though. Back in the day.
I mean, it was $5 back in the day, and I think you got once again.
Yeah, that's fair. But it's just my opinion. I'm just stating it.
I don't know. I
As
personally,
a broke kid back in the day playing Halo Reach, I was never able to get that pack, but that's the reason why.
I was also a broke kid back in the day, but I managed to buy those expansions right when they came out. Because I mean they were only like $5. But then again, I'm also not I wasn't a single parent of 20 who worked 15 jobs and only had $2 in his pocket to spend on video games and what's the other one? Oh yeah, 30 minutes a year to play games.
Who are you calling out right now?
Who the fuck are you calling out right now? What was this animosity towards? Like, what the fuck?
You don't remember? No, you don't remember that old, like, it's one of the anthems of like the casual gamer. Like whenever there's anything that like a casual gamer doesn't like online, they go in and they say like, "Oh, I'm a married father or like mother of like 4. I work 2 jobs and
I don't know about this.
You've never heard these?
No, I've never heard these before.
Dude, these were everywhere, like online, especially back in like the early days, like in Destiny 1, and as well as like a lot of MMOs that have like any kind of grind associated with them. It's always like, I have a life and I'm never going to be able to interact with this content. Or it's like, I'm a broke college student. How dare you make me have to buy this new expansion? Like, I barely have time to play. I'm not even caught up. I mean,
I just played Halo Reach without the maps, dude. It wasn't that big of a deal. But my parents just wouldn't pay for it, which was fine considering the situation at the time with finances and shit.
Yeah.
But obviously, some people were more fortunate back in those days. But that was like 2012, 2013, 2014-ish.
Around that
time. I want to say around that time.
Around
my dad lost his job or something at the time.
Around 2011, because 2012 is when Halo 4 came out.
You're right. Well, I didn't start playing Halo Reach until after Halo 4 came out, so that's probably why.
Yeah. But
no, I wasn't a Halo. I didn't start with Halo Reach.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't start with 4 either. To be fair,
What was y'all's first Halo?
3.
Combat Evolved.
3. Combat Evolved.
I played Combat Evolved back on the like original Xbox. Literally the same year the 360 came out. Then I went from Combat Evolved to Halo 3. Then I played Halo 2.
My first Halo was Halo 2, and I stole it from my neighbor.
Nice admitting a crime live.
I did not just admit to a crime. I tactically acquired.
You spontaneously borrowed.
I borrowed without asking.
And I moved away before I had the chance to return it.
Now, that was just you are a victim of circumstance.
I am.
You're a victim of a lot of other things, being born, too soon. But other than that,
I think I was actually late.
I meant, I should have just stopped at being born.
Honestly, you should have.
Millennial humor. It's like, haha, I don't want to be here anymore.
Taxes.
The lowest level of humor nowadays. It's like, haha, I want to not live.
Getting robbed. Joke's on you. I want to die.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, for real though.
I'm going to have to bleep that word you just said.
Die?
Yeah, that one? Yeah.
D-I-E? Yeah, die.
Yeah, you can't say that anymore.
I want to D-I-E.
Joke's on you. I want to unalive.
I think we're going to call it there. Because we're getting on tangent stuff. Thanks, everyone, for watching.